darlings! Today we'll be talking about Between the Devil and the Deep Blue Sea by Genevieve Tucholke. Now, this is not the first book I've picked up by Miss Tucholke. The first book I picked up by her was her newest novel, Wink, Poppy, Midnight, which I'm hoping to review for you guys if I can get it back from my friends. They used it for a prop in their show From Playing Today, which I mentioned in my Back to School and Other Topics video. They said it looked like an adult book because it had a black cover. Okay. But I wanted to read more of Miss Tucholke's work. She writes gothic horror, which I love. I'm not much of a traditional horror fan, but gothic horror reminds me a lot of the South in particular. My favorite gothic horror series is the young adult series, The Castor Chronicles, by Kami Garcia and Margaret Soul. And my family's from the South, and Beautiful Creatures is set in the South. So there's something about gothic horror that makes me think of, the huge sprawling plantation mansions and the tall willow trees and the Spanish moss. And even though this book in particular is set in Maine, it still gave me that same feeling and idea. Between the Devil and the Deep Blue Sea, which yes is named for the Cab Calloway song, is about 17-year-old Violet West, who lives in a crumbling mansion on the coast of Maine, at the time of the book only with her brother Luke. Their parents are both artists, and they left for Europe a year prior and just haven't come back, haven't written anything. And their grandmother, who Violet was very close to, Freddie, has been dead for 5 years, but Violet still invokes her and thinks about her when she needs advice. And a lot of Freddie's advice when Violet was younger had to do with the devil. The family mansion, called the Citizen Kane, is crumbling, but Luke and Violet don't have the money to keep it up. So Violet has the idea to rent out the guest house behind the mansion. And at the very start of the book is when a boy about Violet's age drives up and asks to rent the guest house, and his name is River West. And immediately Violet is attracted to him. And he experiences the same level of attraction to her. Her best friend, the girl across the street, Sunshine, comes and they walk in, all four of them, River, Violet, Luke, and Sunshine, all walk into town together, where they pass this drainage tunnel and River and Sunshine go in and they tell this story of this man who used to kidnap children, which of course sets Violet's mind right on edge. And when Sunshine and River go into the tunnel, Sunshine comes screaming and running out, talking about seeing this man with furry teeth eating a kid. And River comes out and says he hasn't seen anything, but Violet knows that Sunshine doesn't quite have the imagination to have come up with that tale. Despite herself and all the strangeness that surrounds him, Violet is still attracted to River. Even when they go to a movie in the town square, and a little girl goes missing shortly after, River just walks away for about half an hour. And all the little kids, 14 and under in this town, swear that the devil took her. The girl eventually is returned and is found, and River claims there was no devil, but Violet starts to put together that there's something off about him, and that even the stuff that makes her angry about him goes away when she is in his presence. He eventually reveals that he has this thing called the glow, and what it does is that whatever River can think or conjure up, it comes to life. And a little bit of that also means that River has been using his power to make Violet not suspect him. In comes River's brother Neely, who doesn't have the glow, and tells Violet he's done terrible things. He has killed people. And so now the rest of the book is Violet and Luke and Sunshine and a stray kid they take in, all trying to figure out what to do about River's powers, not realizing there's also something else coming towards them on the horizon. I devoured this book in about 2 days. I was on fall break the weekend I finally got around to reading it, and so that's all I did the Monday of fall break was just read it. And like I said, it reminds me of the South and the trees dripping Spanish moss. And the second I met River, he's just like my kind of guy physically, the way they describe him. But I was like, there's something off about this kid, because he would tell lies about his parentage and what his mother did, and it's just that thing where I was like, you're charming, I don't want to trust you, which I felt was kind of the point Miss Tucholke was trying to make. Now don't get me wrong, and this might just be me growing up, I wanted to strangle Violet when she started having suspicions about River, and she was just like, it's fine, it doesn't matter, I like him anyway. I'm like, girl, stop, please. But then when I found out about the blow, I was like, okay, you're not absolved of everything, but of most things that have happened throughout the course of the story. But overall, it's dark and mysterious, and the reason I kept going is I couldn't stop turning the page. I had to know, what is up with this kid? Throughout the course of the story, Violet keeps thinking of her grandmother Thready. That's another plot thread that I honestly don't want to talk anything about because that's such a huge deal. But she remembers her grandmother Freddy and how she used to talk about the devil. And she keeps equating River to the devil. And again, like, there's someone worse on the horizon. And oh my god, they're terrifying. It's the climax of the book. My only problem with the book is I felt like it was trying to tell 3 different stories. River's, Neely's, and then a third person's interactions with Violet. And I was like, all of it could have been fleshed out. But other than that, it was really good. Honestly, guys, if you like the feeling movies like Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil get you, I encourage you to read this. Like I said, it's dark and brooding, and that might irritate some people, and I get that, and mysterious, and you just, if you want to know what's going on with River, you can't stop turning the pages. It is that good. Now, what about you guys? Do you like gothic horror? Are there other types of horror I should read? I always need reading material. I am not happy if I'm not somewhat intellectually stimulated by what I'm reading. And if not, if y'all don't have any suggestions, don't forget to click like and subscribe. All of my social media is down in the description, as well as my actor website. And if you don't want to do that, have a nice night, my darlings. I'll see you later.